My older siblings stormed into my place, yelling at my partner that I'm a coward and she should leave me for him, promising to prove he's the better guy. She tossed my belongings out and mocked me. I dismantled his world. Now, 21 unanswered calls and her desperate texts pleading for a response. I should have caught the signs earlier. All those moments when Serena's phone glowed, and she'd quickly hide it. The way she'd chuckle too loudly at my brother's quips during family gatherings. Her sudden curiosity about my job hours. Been with Serena for a year and a half. Known my brother Derek my entire life. Never imagined I'd be typing this at 3:47 a.m. in a rundown Motel 6. My stuff crammed into garbage bags. Some context, I'm Preston, 28. My brother Derek, 32, has always been the family's pride. Tall, muscular, slick sales gig with a company car and that grating charisma that makes people either adore him or want to slug him. I've leaned toward the slug him side, but he's still family, yeah? Serena, 26, and I met at a friend's New Year's bash last year. She's the kind of stunning that had me checking my mirror before every date for months. Sharp, too, with a marketing degree, always posting on Instagram with flawless captions. Sometimes I'd catch her staring at me like she couldn't believe we were a thing. Should have noticed that stare. Last Thursday seemed fine. My morning shift at the plant wrapped early due to a machine breakdown. Messaged Serena. I'd be home by 4 p.m. Not 7. No reply, but no big deal. Her phone's notifications are always glitchy, she claims. Got home at 3:52 p.m. Heard voices from our room. Assumed she was on a call or something. Then I heard Derek's chuckle. That same chuckle from when we were kids and he'd snatch my toys. I stood in the hall like a fool, just listening. Preston's never going anywhere. Stuck at that job for 5 years. No drive, no guts, Derek said. In my home, talking about me. I know, it's tiring. He's kind, but... Serena's voice faded. Kind's for puppies, not men. You need someone who can handle things. In life. In bed. I should have busted the door down. Instead, I nudged it open. It wasn't even locked. Derek was lounging on our bed. Not touching her, nothing cinematic. Somehow worse. They were just chatting. Totally at ease. Serena's legs folded, leaning toward him. My brother's arms sprawled over the headboard. My headboard. Like he owned it. They both glanced up. No shame in their eyes. Just irritation at the interruption. What's going on? My voice cracked higher than I meant, already on shaky ground. Derek flashed that grin, the one from when we were kids, and he'd outdo me. Hey, little bro, thought you were stuck at work. Machine broke. Why are you in my bedroom? Serena sighed, like I was a kid butting into grown-up talk. Just talking, Preston. About me? About how I've got no guts? Derek stood then, 4 inches taller than me. Always has been. Always will be. Look, someone had to lay it out. You're holding her back. She deserves more. More like you? You're engaged, remember? To Marissa? He laughed. Actually laughed. Marissa gets how things are. We've got an understanding. Serena stood too, arms folded. Preston, this isn't working, hasn't for months. I stared at her. Really stared. 18 months, all for nothing. So you hashed this out with my brother instead of me? Because he actually hears me, she snapped, throwing her hands up. He knows what a woman wants. Derek stepped closer, put his hand on my shoulder. I wanted to snap his wrist. Preston, you've always been like this. Fine with average, happy with leftovers. It's who you are, man. You're spineless. Always have been. Some guys are born to trail, others to lead. I pushed his hand off. Get out of my place. Serena laughed, actually laughed. This is my place too, and honestly, I think you should go. My mind couldn't keep up. What? We're through, Preston. I'm not wasting more time on someone headed nowhere. I looked from her to Derek and back. Are you two? Derek shrugged, that half grin I've loathed since childhood. She needs a real guy. I'm just stating facts. Something in me broke. Not the kind where I threw fists. That's what he wanted. No, something sharper, clearer. I saw them both for who they were. How long? I asked. Serena rolled her eyes. Nothing's happened. Yet. But Derek's right. You'll never grow. You'll punch in and out at that plant for decades and call it living. Derek glanced at his watch. The Rolex Uncle Everett gave him for his 30th. Look, this is messy. But man to man, grab your essentials and leave. Give her space. She's chosen. I started grabbing stuff. My laptop, clothes, photos of my folks. They just watched, whispering to each other now and then, chuckling sometimes. When my arms were full, Serena tossed me a couple trash bags. Use these for the rest. I want your stuff out by tomorrow. I didn't speak, just stuffed the bags while they stared. At the door, Derek called. Hey, no bad blood, right, bro? You'll find someone more your level. I left silently, drove aimlessly for hours, called my pal Matt, who let me crash on his sofa that night. Next day, I got this motel room and sorted my stuff. Found my old tablet in one of the bags, the one I quit using after getting a new one last Christmas, still linked to my iCloud. The iCloud Serena's phone backed up to because she didn't want to pay for storage, so I added her to my plan. The backup with all her messages. Turns out, nothing's happened yet was a blatant lie. They'd been texting for months, started harmlessly. Derek asking about me, Serena venting about me, then flirting, planning meetups during my shifts. The worst? It wasn't even about her. The texts showed it. Derek. Should have seen Preston's face when I got that raise last year. Same look when I took his skateboard as kids. Some folks are just born to fail. Serena. LOL, that's harsh. He tries. Derek. Trying's not winning. Bet I could have you too if I wanted. Serena. You're engaged. Derek. Doesn't mean I can't show you what he'll never be. And so on. Screenshot saved. Everything. More digging showed Derek's big promotion at Uncle Everett's firm is set for next month. His engagement party with Marissa is in 2 weeks. The perfect life he's flaunted forever. The life he risked just to steal from me. Again. They think I'm weak because I don't play dirty like them. Because I don't cheat or lie or scheme. Because I'm okay with less. But they've never seen me truly pissed. Never realized quiet isn't the same as weak. They want to see what I can do? Fine. I'm in this grimy motel staring at texts between my brother and my ex. Staring at photos of him and Marissa on her Instagram. Staring at the company site where Uncle Everett praises his honor and work ethic. I've spent my life letting Derek take from me. Not now. He has no clue who he's crossed. Neither does Serena. By next week, they'll both be desperate for me to answer their calls. My brother always called me spineless. Time to prove how wrong he is. First, thanks for the support on my last post. Waking up to thousands of notifications was surreal. Your comments kept me grounded when I wanted to drown in cheap liquor. For newcomers, my brother Derek convinced my girlfriend Serena I was a coward and she kicked me out. Found their texts, decided to take them both down. That's the short version. It's been 9 days since that day. 9 days in a motel with walls so thin, I hear the couple next door bickering about Call of Duty at 2 a.m. 9 days of scheming. This isn't about feelings anymore, it's precision. First, I called in sick for 2 days, needed focus, spent those 48 hours sorting every screenshot and detail I had. Made a Google Drive folder with backups of it all, texts between them going back 5 months. Photos Serena sent him, chats where they plotted how to end us. One text from Derek hit hard. Taking Serena's just a perk. Seeing Preston's face when he knows he's lost again. That's the win, like snatching toys from a toddler. At 4 a.m. that second night, wired on bad coffee, I listed what Derek values most. His engagement to Marissa, set for next summer. His promotion at Uncle Everett's firm, coming in 3 weeks. His image as the family's star. To break someone, you don't take their stuff. You take what they cherish. Contacted Marissa first. Texted her about planning Derek's bachelor party. Suggested whiskey distillery versus bar crawl. She seemed shocked I was acting like best man amid the drama. I played clueless. She didn't press. Met her at that fancy cafe she loves where they doodle in your latte foam. Got there 15 minutes early. Ordered a black coffee that cost $7. Worth it. When Marissa showed up, she had that look people get before dropping bad news. Started with chit-chat about wedding plans. Asked if I was okay post-breakup. Said Derek told her Serena and I drifted apart, ended things amicably. Mature stuff. I nodded, let her talk. Then asked if she wanted to see the real story, her face when I showed the first texts. That slow dawn of truth. Her cheeks paled. She kept muttering it must be a misunderstanding. Some missing piece. I didn't argue, just handed her my phone, let her scroll through it all. Watched her engagement ring twist on her finger. When she looked up, her eyes were dry, hands trembling. Asked if Derek had done this before. I paused. Not because I didn't know, but because saying it felt final. But Derek had crossed every line. So I told her. About Jenna from college. About our cousin's friend at the cabin 2 summers back. About his ex, who suddenly liked his roommate. Pattern set. Marissa left the cafe with my number and copies of everything. No tears, no shouting. Just asked for time to process. Gained some respect for her then. Phase 2 meant accessing our family photo cloud. Mom created it years ago for holiday pics. Password still her birthday. Top-notch security. Found the Thanksgiving folder from 3 years ago when Derek brought his co-worker, Hannah, claiming his girlfriend was busy. There they were, cozy by the fire, while his real girlfriend was homesick. Found New Year's shots where he cornered our neighbor's daughter in the kitchen. The camping trip where he vanished for hours with my buddy's sister. Proof. Pattern. History. Uncle Everett was tougher. He's always seen Derek as his surrogate son. Had to be careful. Called him for career advice. Met at his golf club Tuesday evening. He ordered bourbon. Offered me one. I took it, though I can't stand it. Everett asked about my job path, if I wanted to climb the ladder. Classic Everett. I let him talk before nudging the chat to Derek's promotion. Asked if he worried about favoritism claims. Everett stiffened. Said Derek earned it all. Perfect chance. I mentioned hearing whispers about how Derek landed the Westfield deal last quarter. Said I was worried about my brother's rep. Family concern. Everett's brows knit. Asked what whispers. I showed a screenshot I'd kept, Derek boasting to Serena about stealing credit from his team. Another about misusing company perks. Nothing criminal, just shady enough to spark doubt. Everett stared at the screen, downed his bourbon, ordered another. By the time we left, he was asking about other deals Derek managed. If I had more proof, if others knew. Seeds sown. Mom hosted family dinner Thursday, tradition when someone's struggling. That someone being me, apparently. Hadn't seen Derek since it all went down. Wasn't sure he'd come. He did. Showed up 30 minutes late, eyes red, shirt creased, hugged Mom tightly, dodged my gaze. Dad asked about Marissa. Derek said she was swamped with work. His phone kept pinging. He'd check it, scowl, pocket it. I played the ideal son all night, helped Mom clear plates, asked Dad about his knee pain, suggested board games post-dessert. Derek kept getting texts, kept tensing up. Finally stepped out for a call in the yard. From the kitchen window, I saw him pace, hands flailing. When he returned, his face was ashen. Mom asked if he was okay. Derek forced a grin, said, "Work crap." No big deal. Then shot me a look like he was trying to read my mind. I smiled back, rolled the dice for Scrabble. By 10 p.m., Derek was unraveling, sweaty, glued to his phone. Made an excuse about an early meeting and bolted. Dad noted Derek seemed off. I shrugged, mumbled about the stress of success. Friday, 5 a.m., first text from Serena in over a week. "We need to talk. Call me." Deleted it. 9:37 a.m., text from Derek. "Whatever you're pulling, stop." This isn't a game. Screenshot. Saved. No reply. 11:42 a.m., missed call from Uncle Everett. 1:15 p.m., email from Marissa wanting to meet again. 3:22 p.m., 6 missed calls from Derek. 4 p.m., text from Mom asking if I knew why Derek and Marissa were on a break. Met Marissa at a diner near her place Saturday morning. She looked exhausted, hair messy, no makeup, eyes swollen. She'd confronted Derek. He denied it all at first. Then, faced with proof, called it harmless flirting. When pushed, admitted to one slip with Serena. Marissa had dug deeper after our cafe meetup. Found more messages, more women. Canceled the engagement quietly. Hadn't told families yet. She wasn't mad at me. Said I spared her a life of betrayal. Asked what else I knew. What else I planned. I said I wasn't plotting anything. Just sharing truth with those who deserved it. We shared fries. Talked about her venue deposit loss. Her brother's relief. He never liked Derek. By the end, she even smiled once. As I paid, my phone buzzed with another call from Derek. Marissa saw his name. Her face hardened. Said to answer. Wanted to hear his voice now that she knew the real him. I put it on speaker. Said, "Hello," calmly. Derek's voice was frantic, slurred, though it was 11 a.m., asking what I'd done, saying Marissa returned his ring, saying Uncle Everett was auditing his work, asking why I was torching his life. I glanced at Marissa. She nodded. I told Derek I wasn't torching anything, just revealing who he was. The same favor he did me by calling me a coward to Serena. He started shouting, called me bitter, worthless, said Serena was miserable with me anyway. I hung up, looked at Marissa, who gripped her mug like she might crush it. She whispered she was set to marry him in 9 months, would have had kids with him. Thanked me again. I drove to my motel feeling empty. Winning doesn't feel like I expected. 4:27 p.m. today. 21 missed calls, 17 texts. Voicemails I haven't checked. Mostly Serena, some Derek, one from Uncle Everett, asking to discuss the Derek issue. Serena's latest text came as I typed this. "Please answer." I screwed up so bad. He lied about everything. You weren't meant to find out like that. He set it up. I didn't know. Please, Preston, I'm begging. Too little. Too damn late. Mom called an hour ago. Said Derek showed up at their place wasted. Dad drove him home. She wanted answers. I said I'd explain tomorrow, bringing hard copies of everything, letting her and Dad see their perfect son for who he is. They called me spineless. Turns out I'm just calculated. This isn't done. That promotion's still pending. Extended family still sees him as flawless. And I haven't touched Serena yet. Part 3 when things calm down. For now, I need a real place. Can't keep living next to the Call of Duty couple. I almost pitied him. Almost. Uncle Everett summoned me to his office that Monday. The likeness to Dad is eerie. Same forehead crease. Same finger tapping when uneasy. His office smells of leather and some odd air freshener that's meant to scream success, but just smells like citrus in distress. He got to the point. I've reviewed Derek's accounts. There are issues. Everett said nothing illegal, but Derek had been claiming others' work, fudging stats, using company assets for personal gain. Classic Derek moves that seem fine until you dig. The promotion was paused. Everett looked crushed, said he saw himself in Derek, driven, charismatic, confident. Now he wasn't sure. I nearly told him to go easy on Derek. The urge to forgive was there, like always. Then I recalled Derek's chuckle as I stuffed my life into trash bags, recalled Serena's scornful smirk, stayed quiet. Marissa texted Wednesday asking to meet. Said she had something to give me. We met at a Dunkin' this time. Less snooty, better bagels. She looked changed. Hair cropped, new frames, a faint smile when she saw me, not that hollow look from before. Handed me a small box. Inside was a watch. The one I gifted Derek for his 30th. Saved for months to afford it. Marissa said when she grabbed her stuff from Derek's place, she saw the watch and recalled me saying how much it meant. Thought I deserved it back. We talked for nearly 2 hours. Not about Derek, but everything else. Her gig teaching 4th grade. My old dream of fixing up vintage cars. The trashy reality show we both secretly love. Normal talk I hadn't realized I missed. As I left, she paused, then said something surprising. Thanks for stopping me from the worst mistake of my life. I was so caught up in the wedding I ignored who I was marrying. I said she deserved better. She said I did too. We parted with a clumsy side hug in the lot. No sparks. Just 2 people who dodged the same disaster. The biggest shock came from Serena's roommate, Haley. She DM'd me on Instagram asking to meet so I could grab stuff Serena hadn't trashed. Said she felt weird keeping my things in their place. Met her at a park during her lunch break. She brought a box with my favorite jacket, some novels, and random desk junk in a Target bag. As I thanked her, she blurted, "She's been deceiving you for months." Haley said Derek had been visiting since January, that Serena planned to dump me but waited until she had a sure thing lined up, that they mocked me together in their apartment. Then the bombshell. Derek cut Serena off right after I left. Blocked her. Told her it was just a game to prove he could steal her. Serena was crushed. Humiliated, realized she'd trashed 18 months for someone who saw her as a chess piece. Haley looked puzzled. "I don't get why you're ignoring her calls. She really cared about you. She just messed up." I stared, wondering if she meant it. Asked if she'd take back someone who laughed while tossing her stuff into bags. She had no reply. Before leaving, Haley said she was hunting for a new roommate. Things with Serena were unbearable. Asked if I knew anyone needing a place. I said I was, actually. Just signed a lease for a new apartment yesterday. Old place. creaky floors. But it's mine. No traders included. She smiled, said that was great to hear. Asked if I'd want to grab food sometime, just as pals. I said maybe, not ready for anything yet. Even friends feel tricky now. She got it. Gave me her number anyway. Last night was the first family dinner since it all blew up. Mom insisted, said we needed to mend. Dad made those kebabs he thinks are gourmet because he uses bamboo skewers. Aunt Clara brought her infamous coleslaw that gives everyone indigestion, but no one dares tell her. Derek wasn't there. When I asked where he was, Mom's eyes tightened. Said he was reflecting on his choices. Said he'd moved in with a buddy for now, after Uncle Everett put him on probation. Dad switched topics to my new place. Asked about the layout like he always does. Aunt Clara said I looked stronger. Uncle Everett mentioned a job opening at his firm that might suit me. Not until dessert did Mom tackle the real issue. We let you both down. Derek by spoiling him. You by not seeing the truth. I didn't know how to respond. Just nodded and ate my cobbler. As I left, Dad handed me an envelope. Inside was cash, enough for a couch or bed. Said it was overdue, that sometimes parents see too late which kid needed the boost. I tried to refuse. He wouldn't budge. Said it wasn't pity. It was amends. I took it. Thanked him. Still not sure how I feel. This morning, I blocked Serena's number. Before I did, I read her last text. I know you'll never forgive me. I wouldn't either. Losing you was my worst mistake. He never cared about me. He just wanted to crush you. And I helped. I'll carry that forever. Stared at those words. Felt nothing. No rage, no triumph, just a void where 18 months of love once was. Hit block, breathed, finished unpacking my new place. So that's it. The payback's done. The fallout's still unfolding. Derek's life isn't destroyed forever. He'll recover eventually. Guys like him do. But for once, he's facing real consequences. Lost his fiancée, lost his promotion, lost his perfect son crown. Serena lost her supposed safety net, then lost what she had. I lost a fantasy. Gained some truth. Am I over it? No. Still wake up reaching for someone who's gone. Still feel that sting when I recall Derek's chuckle in my room. Still wonder what was true in those 18 months. But I'm sleeping better in my new spot. The plumbing's awful. The neighbor's kid is learning saxophone, but it's mine. No betrayals allowed. Asked Haley to dinner next week. Just friends. Taking it slow. Hung that watch Marissa gave back on my wall. A reminder that some things seem precious until you see their true cost. One last thing. Yesterday, I bumped into a high school buddy who always thought Derek was untouchable. Asked how my legendary brother was doing. I just smiled and said he's navigating some shifts. Didn't elaborate. Didn't need to. For the first time, I don't feel like the lesser sibling. Don't feel spineless. Turns out the strongest people aren't the ones who grab everything. They're the ones who know when to stop giving.